What's the story, Smackdown fans? Tonight's topics on the Wrestle Story include
Shorty G reigns supreme.
a new 24/7 champion.
And was Roman's attacker truly revealed?
All that and more coming up. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story, where we discuss all things wrestling, the legends of the past, the superstars of the present, and the trailblazers of the future. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after SmackDown, every Wednesday after NXT, and after every pay-per-view. Tonight...
It's Tuesday.
So we're going to talk about SmackDown.
All in all, I thought tonight's show was so much better than yesterday.
Solid SmackDown, I thought.
I thought it was so much better than yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, yesterday was kind of...
Meh.
Yeah.
It wasn't great.
Well, I won't. I mean, yesterday wasn't bad compared to what they have had, but it wasn't like okay, this caught my attention.
Yeah.
Tonight I thought was
tonight was better.
Solid.
Of the two shows this week,
yeah.
Tonight was better.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we start the show off with a recap of Roman once again. The recap we see every week at this point. Doesn't matter daytime. Doesn't matter.
How you doing, Matt?
Hey, how's it going? I saw that. Did you see that?
I did not see it.
So the arena that they are having Hell in a Cell at advertised, they said, hey, get your tickets because Bray Wyatt is going to be facing either Seth or Braun Strowman in a Hell in a Cell match.
Yes. I had not seen that.
And I was like, well, they probably won't be going back to that arena ever again.
Yeah.
Because, it just, I was like, really, guys? You
Matt
ruined
edition of SD. I thought it was solid. I thought it was solid,
I thought it was a solid show.
They could get Export, I think that they could get it over without him losing. I think that there are things they could do so he doesn't lose and he doesn't lose, doesn't, look weak. Good show for sure. Will Maven give her place? I guess you'll have to wait and see, Scott, to find out if...
finally a champion won a non-title match.
Yes. Mm-hmm. You'll have to wait and see, Scott, if she's going to give Lacey props.
We'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll see. I didn't like SmackDown outside of Ollie and Murphy. Wow, really? See, now tonight... What? Yesterday we thought it was a bad show. And tonight we think it's a good... And everybody else agreed with us. And now tonight, except Shane. Shane was like, no, yesterday was a good show. And tonight we're like, oh, it's a good show. And everybody's like, no, tonight's show sucked.
Well, Scott said it was good. I thought it was a good show.
I did too. I thought it was a good show. So, again, we start off with a recap of Roman per usual. This is like how we do everything around here at this point. Then we get Kofi, who opens the show. We get a recap. I thought last night was a bad show. Well, yeah. A lot of people did. A lot of people thought last night's was a bad show, except Shane.
Well, I mean, like I said, I didn't think it was terrible compared to what they've had in the past. I didn't think it was terrible either,
but I didn't think it was good.
But I didn't think it really moved any storylines.
No. The Roman deepfake stuff is dumb. Oh, we'll talk about that in a little bit, Shane. So, Kofi opens the show, and we get the longest freaking recap of Kofi versus Randy and their whole feud. I was, sitting there, and I was like, I'm bored already. I don't want to watch a 10-minute recap of everything that we've done to get up to this point.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh, jeez. Hi, James.
How's it going?
James? The amount of recaps, my God. Tell me about it, Export.
That's the one thing about, any of the shows they do, whether it's WWE, whether it's Raw, whether it's SmackDown, whether
Elijah,
it's...
I'm
tired
tired
Elijah?
of Kofi.
Whether it is NXT, the recaps just, they could do away with the recaps.
They just almost kill the vibe,
They could, you could almost
they really do.
If you take out all the recap stuff, you could probably throw in another match. Or another, promo thing that, advances the storyline.
Yeah, Matt, I'm getting to that. I'm going to talk about that in just 1 second. So, Clash of Champions, we are getting Kofi versus Orton. Again, part 2. Even I got sick of the Roman recap as well. I've been sick of the Roman recap for 2 weeks now.
NXT does less recaps than Raw and SmackDown. They do, but...
they don't have a lot, except for the show after
the pay-per-view or leading up to their, pay-per-view.
Wow, everybody's turned on Kofi.
Hope Randy takes.
Everybody is like, Kofi, just go away.
Yep.
I hate to say it, but I kind of agree.
I agree.
It sucks to say that because he's been such a good champion. I think he's had a good several months, but it's to the point where now it is like.
Well, I think the one thing about the NXT recaps is that it's only once a week. How you doing, Jordan?
How's it going? Welcome to the chat.
Yes.
Also at Clash of Champions, we might have Drew versus Humberto from 205 Live for the Cruiserweight title. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
205 Live matches never disappoint me. They're always really good, and they're always put on the pre-show, and it makes me mad. It really does make me
They
mad.
do kind of lead to something, but, like I said, they're only once a week, so I think that plays into it, where, like, with SmackDown and Raw, you see it, like, Monday, and then you turn around and see it again on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that kind of puts a damper on things.
Kind of sad Murphy lost. I knew there were going to be several people in this chat tonight that were like...
They had a match for it tonight.
It's official on 205 Live.
Well, that's cool.
Cool. I'll go back and watch 205 Live later.
Yeah.
Because we do our show and stuff, so I don't generally...
A clash we need Buddy versus AJ Styles. Just for that'd be a good match.
Oh! U.S. title.
Definitely.
Well, Humberto beat Oni. Ah! Yeah. Cool. I'll have to check that out later.
Yeah.
Shane is gonna cost Ali. Probably. It's gonna suck.
It's those throwing pancakes that did it for me. You don't like the throwing pancakes, James?
No, neither does Colin. That's what Colin's been saying for months. He's like, get rid of the pancakes, and I'd like you better.
I thought they might have got rid of... Yeah, well, I thought they were going to kind of turn him after the Orton thing at... when Orton had a hold of, like, holding his face and was, like,
he was, like,
looking at his kid and things like that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe they'd turn Kofi into, like, like, I'm going to rip your head off and forget the pancake thing. I'm just going to tear you apart.
But they didn't.
Nope. Now he just tears apart pancakes.
Now he just tears apart pancakes. Okay.
And throws them to the crowd.
Yeah. That's cool. So we're getting at Clash of Champions, Kofi versus Orton again for the second time. I will not be shocked if
Randy takes the title.
Well, that. And I will not be shocked if here down the line, in the next 2-3 weeks, they change this to a street fight or a no-holds-barred match or something like that, so anything goes. Because I just have a feeling that's the route we're going.
Matt, you just ruined my thought on the whole backstage attack thing. No way that was filmed right before SmackDown.
No way. No.
Kofi ain't really a serious champion to me. I didn't think he was a serious champion in the first place.
I think it was just, let's put the belt on him because this is what the people want, and let's make the people happy at WrestleMania. They're here for 7 hours, and...
How you doing, Lil Fetchini? What do you think the viewership will be for next week's Raw since football's? It'll be interesting. I think they hurt themselves this week.
Uh-huh.
Because they didn't have a big...
Uh-huh. They didn't... It wasn't...
A big thing going for them.
It wasn't like the last several weeks have been.
But I don't know how much it's going to hurt them. As far as, you may see some drop, but I don't think it's going to be bad.
Yeah. So then we get Kofi who comes out and talks about his match with Randy. And then Randy shows up on the screen saying, stupid, 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 stupid. He goes on for about 87 years about being stupid. Then Randy says that he got a letter under his hotel door this morning. And he reads through his letter and he's like, oh, Kofi's great. And, Kofi's my hero, but he's not just my hero. He's my dad. Signed, Kai. It was from Kofi's son. And he was like, this is just so sweet. Such a sweet, sweet letter. He's like, you know what? I'm going to pay a visit to him. I'm going to tell him how much I appreciate this letter. But I'm not going to send him a letter back. I'm going to go see him because he's in the same hotel as me.
Kofi's kid is a Randy stalker.
And Kofi then gets angry and runs to the back, and they beat each other up. Randy gets the upper hand, and that's kind of what we're left with.
Well, I think Randy's going to win.
I do too. I think Kofi's dropping the belt.
And there's going to be the Fiend versus Orton champion versus champion at Survivor Series. I can see it happening.
Yeah.
Hate to say it, but Lacey put on a good match with Bayley, but this will be the only time I will ever say something good about Lacey. James, it's the only time until the next time. I don't know why, but I think it's odd for Buddy to beat Bryan, but lose to Ali. It's odd when I think someone is about to get a push. I guess I was.
Yeah, I don't. Are they going to continue using him in the Roman Reigns feud then? Because he lost?
They might.
Maybe they didn't want him to
do something with it. I don't know.
Well, maybe they didn't want to have him move on and then get beat by Elias, because that would look pretty garbage, but it's going to suck for Ali too.
Yeah.
So either guy you do, if you're having Elias move through, I wouldn't have seen either guy going past Elias, because I think Elias is taking the whole thing home because Shane's going to help him cheat.
I still think Corbin.
I still think Elias.
All right. Basically, AJ versus Joe 2.0. Yeah, I mean,
yes,
that's it. I mean, it's...
Because they did this same storyline about a year ago when AJ was champion and Joe was trying to get the championship, where they involved their family. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, he talked about his wife, and it's the same thing. Only they're using Kofi's kid and not his wife.
Good choice, Jordan. That's who I said.
I
remember I called Orton will go into Fox as a champion. I remember, Matt. I can see it happening too now. And I'm cool with it because I like what they're doing with Orton. I mean, they're making him look like a bad guy.
I do too. Shane's not winning, Matt. Elias is winning. Elias will probably win, and then Shane will be like, give me the crown, give me the scepter, I'm the king. And Elias will have the thing. He will win it, but Shane will take it.
Yeah.
Boom.
It might.
That's what will happen. So you will be partially right.
Oh, there's
but
no doubt.
I will be completely right.
Well, I think he's the bigger name, and I think the fact that Kofi is more of a kind of seen as a joke champion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I could understand why they would do it.
Yeah. So then we get a Big E interview. He has a match with Randy later in the evening, and he essentially just says, I'm not playing games tonight. I'm going out there, and I'm going to whoop Randy up and down. I loved this. I want to see Big E like this more often. And I think it could be excellent.
I think
a more aggressive, less silly
I agree.
E. I love that.
Well, maybe this is the change that's going to happen within the New Day.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe they've decided they're going to throw away, either split up or throw away their gimmick, joke around stuff and
I want Big E from 2014. Yeah, that can be a heel Big E. With New Day, the three of them, I don't know if Woods would be able to hold his own as a singles competitor. I just don't think he can do it. I think he could, possibly, but I'd have to see more out of him in a singles light. As of right now, we're not getting that. So I don't think at this point that he could hold his own as a singles competitor. E, he could. Kofi, he's shown that he can. So splitting them up, I could totally see them doing that, but then I don't know what they do with Woods. Because, like I said, I can see Big E having his own singles run as something, and I can still see Kofi having a singles run somewhere, going after a mid-card title.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it too. Is that NXT pay-per-view this Saturday? Yes, it is this Saturday.
I don't think Woods is competing at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to compete at the pay-per-view either.
I don't know, man. Then what are they going to do? Because the titles all have to be defended. Every title.
I suppose Big E might be the one that ends up being the only,
defending them on his own?
Yeah.
Because I don't see Kofi going in.
What if they're setting up the split this way? He goes, you know what, Woods? I came out here, I tried to carry us, and, I'm tired of trying to carry us.
He can play out I carry this tag team.
Yeah.
I've carried this tag team this far.
So maybe that's how they get the split.
And you are now, we're done. Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
And Kofi will be like, what are you doing? He'll be like, I'm done. Mic drop.
And maybe that's what they do. Maybe they have Kofi team up with him, and he does the whole, I've carried this team for so long that.
WWE is actually playing
I agree.
Woods' injury like they should be. Yeah. But as I said, they can always still turn around and have him show up next week being completely fine and ruin it.
Well, they could, but I think right now there's other people in charge. So the one guy
apparently, I saw like something about possibly the show is rewritten. But
finally, Big E, he'll turn Big E cost Kofi the title. Might. Maybe maybe Kofi helps Big E in the tag title.
They lose it
and
there.
they lose, and then Big E
turns around later.
Kofi the title.
He double crosses him and hits him upside the head.
So then we create a new storyline with Big E versus Kofi.
For after Kofi drops the title to Orton. Yeah, that would make sense. I feel like it's Sasha versus Becky at Clash of Champions. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of Tony, apparently she has some injury.
Yes, Vince rewrote the show again. I thought I was right.
Shocking.
But tonight wasn't horrible.
I don't think he screwed it up too bad, though.
No. I don't think it was too bad. But it's just the fact that he rewrote SmackDown again.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just rewrites SmackDown. Like, you never see reports.
He probably texted it.
You don't see reports about Raw getting rewritten all the time. It's just SmackDown. And I don't understand that.
Yeah,
like,
the power of Vince.
Bischoff is going to get to the point at some time. And he's just going to be like, what am I here for if you're just going to rewrite the show every single week?
Well, that's going to be the big thing is you don't want to lose the guys that are in charge. But
does that make any sense?
People are going to get tired of it.
No. So, then we get Ali versus Buddy Murphy. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. What a match. There was one portion of this match I loved this move. I was like, whoa, that was nuts. Buddy Murphy was like in between the ropes. And,
I think they're still writing about Raw, Matt.
Buddy Murphy was in between the second and the first or third rope, whatever. You know what I mean. He was in between the ropes. And Ali, he like bounced off the one, and then he did like this cool like flip, DDT. I was like, whoa, that was cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a clue what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, that was so cool. The coolest thing I've ever seen. Ali, excellent in the ring. Buddy Murphy, excellent in the ring. I love the chemistry that those two guys have. He did this before in 205 Live. Not really new. Well, whatever. New to me. I don't ever remember seeing him do it,
It's new on the big stage.
I don't ever remember seeing him do it, though.
No, we're not surprised Ali Murphy was an awesome match.
I was just excited.
See it very often. I don't understand why people dislike Vince so much. If it wasn't for Vince, they would not be there. I agree, but like some of his storylines lately have like messed things up big time.
And I think that's why people hate him.
Well, and I think one of the things with that if he would just let the people that he puts in charge be in charge and do their thing,
it's probably a lot smoother.
Yeah. I mean, Vince has some goofy ideas.
He really does.
The gobbledygooker. Murphy should have won, but I guess that's fine.
I don't know. I think either guy winning is fine.
If they're looking to do something with Murphy, some other way, then I'm okay with this.
I disagree. We are still the reason Vince has shows. Yeah. If nobody watched it.
Well, I mean, we could say that about like anything is.
Yeah. But excellent match between the two guys. Loved it. Want to see more. Ali ends up getting the win. I'm fine with this. I think I did say Buddy Murphy at first, but then, kind of looking at it, I feel like Ricochet could win also, but Corbin more.
Ricochet winning wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. Ali versus Murphy, great match. That was match of the night. I'd say so.
Solid match.
Then we get Bayley, Ember, and Lacey backstage. This segment made me laugh.
The only good thing in my eyes.
This segment made me laugh. Bayley and Ember are backstage talking, and they're like, oh yeah, I have respect for you, blah, 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 blah. And then Lacey walks up, and she's like, Charlotte was right when she said that you, Bayley, you were not the face of the women's division. But she was wrong when she said that she was the face of the women's division, because that is me. I'm the face of the women's division. And then Bayley and Ember just like, they were like, and I just died laughing because it was so funny. It really wasn't that funny, but I just thought it was funny.
Yes, but look, Lacey's done her job. She made you laugh. And
no, it was Bayley and Ember that made me laugh.
Yes, but the whole thing was based off of what Lacey was saying.
And it was really funny. Vince thought it was a good idea to bring back Lacey. I suppose, I'm not going to say too much yet. Because I'm not. I didn't even notice she was gone. Again, Charlotte's face, though. Miz versus Sami is next. Before we can get into this match, first, there was no match. Miz gets on the mic, and he says, I challenge Nakamura to an IC title match, Clash of Champions. I'm the IC champion, blah, 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 blah. I should be the IC champion. I made that the most prestigious title in the WWE. I like that he keeps going back to the Intercontinental title because I feel like then it means something. You know?
Yeah.
I like that. Bayley tweeted basically saying she's done with facing blondes. I saw that. I thought it was funny.
Bayley's going to have some issues because
she's just going to have to dye her hair blonde.
That's all that is out there. Mm-hmm. Or that's what they keep throwing at her.
Yeah, Carmella had dark hair for a while, and then she was like, well, I'm not getting anywhere.
Miz is better as
so I better go back to blonde.
I feel bad for Miz. He deserves better. I agree. He deserves it. Well, you know what? I don't have an issue with this.
I like this, but I'm still confused as to why we paired up Sami and Nakamura, but I like it.
Why did they? Because Sami's good on the mic.
I do, yes.
And he can speak for Nakamura.
I understand that.
That's why they paired him up.
I know, a lot of people feel differently, and they don't think that
Miz is the Raw guy fighting first.
So,
maybe
this point,
he's not going to be a Raw guy. Maybe he's going to be a SmackDown guy when everything changes.
It doesn't matter. They can take the title back to... they can take the Intercontinental title to Raw. It really doesn't matter at this point. But a lot of people see it differently. Where being like, they don't like that Sami was paired up for him to essentially be his, like, translator and, like, his... that's what people kind of got the vibe of. And I can understand that. I'm still slightly confused, but I like it. Did you see that? Cesaro's going to be at NXT TakeOver?
Uh-uh.
He said he's going to be there watching, but he might have to get a more hands-on approach. He might have a match.
With who?
I don't know.
That's interesting.
Who doesn't have a match at TakeOver? Jordan Devlin. That could be a fun match. Who else doesn't have a match at TakeOver? I don't know. A whole bunch of people. He could have a match with somebody.
Well, I could see...
Are they trying to draw more eyes to TakeOver instead of All Out?
Well, I could see some of the...
Is that why they put that out there?
Some of the big stars going back to NXT.
Ooh.
That'd be good.
John versus
Miz.
Cesaro.
What was it again? Oh, Sami's going to turn on Nakamura eventually. Yeah, I think it's possible.
Yeah, I think
I think if they're gonna do it, don't do it like quick.
No.
Do it down the road.
Yeah.
Let this play out for a while. Killian Dane challenge Cesaro.
Dunn was moved to NXT.
Normal NXT for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a good spot for him. It helps him out with going to USA. I understand why they did that now.
Yeah.
Because they're going to USA and they want big stars over there.
Nakamura needs to be a babyface again.
I don't know, man.
They got to figure out how to use him.
Yeah.
Same role Paige has with Kabuki Warriors.
Which I get, and I understand that. Like, she's like, they're marketing her as, like, the manager. With Sami, they're, like, marketing him, like, differently, and it's like...
He's a spokesperson.
A spokesperson, which sounds different than manager, you know?
Yeah.
And so, it's like, I can understand why people are like, I don't like that a lot. Because it feels like he's just there to be the mouthpiece for him, and he's just supposed to talk for him, which I get. I understand why people are like, I don't like that.
Well, they could play it out down the road where Nakamura goes, "Hey, you know what? I'm tired of you talking for me. I'm gonna destroy you."
Beat you up.
They started Nakamura good on the main roster, then they fed him to General. Yep.
They fed him to Jinder Mahal.
I agree. So who's going to face AJ for the U.S. title?
I have theories.
All right.
Do you want me to share those theories now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, well, I was going to talk about this yesterday, but I didn't. With the end of Raw, Braun held up the U.S. title. What if Braun has 3 matches at Clash of Champions?
That'd be crazy.
He fights for the Universal Championship and loses. He defends his Raw Tag Team Championships and loses. And then he has a match against AJ, and he wins the U.S. title, and then he's your new U.S. champ going into the next pay-per-view.
That would be interesting. A little off topic, WWE 2K Deluxe Edition is $89 plus tax, and PlayStation Store already pre-ordered.
Cool. Too much Braun
Awesome.
for me. I feel like they could do it, though. And I could totally see them doing it, and I wouldn't necessarily have a problem with it.
Well, I don't know.
I understand it does take away other people that could be put in the matches, but I feel like with the way they ended Raw, it would make sense if he goes after the U.S. title at Clash of Champions 2.
It would make things interesting.
He drops both of the other titles and then wins the U.S. title.
Yeah.
I think the card... But the thing is like, the card isn't really announced yet. Like, we don't have all that many matches announced.
No.
So, like, to say it's underwhelming at this point is like, I don't know. I want to give it a chance because we only have 2 matches announced. We have the Universal Championship match. Okay, 3 matches. Universal Championship match, the tag team match, Raw tag team match, and then Randy Orton versus Kofi. Those are the only match. Okay, and Bayley versus Charlotte. We have 4 matches. Those are the only matches we have announced right now. Which isn't that much.
I'd prefer they wait till, like 2 weeks before and then give you the...
Well, 2 weeks before will be next week.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you have your champions. I mean, obviously your champions are going to be
I actually like them not announcing all the matches the night after the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I prefer them not to announce...
Have storylines build up.
The new matches right after the other pay-per-view ends. I don't like that.
Well, and maybe Braun takes out Seth. I don't know.
I don't know how they do that either.
I get the overexposing
Whoever
Braun.
wins, I understand that, but I feel like it makes sense.
I mean...
I just think he's going to have 3 title matches.
I want to see Bray win the title in any title. Yeah, I think it'd be cool if Bray wins the title.
Becky and Sasha. We can assume that...
So is Dolph and Rude winning?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I would say, yeah. I'm going to say they're going to
win. I'm
win.
going to also say that they're going to win.
If it's going to be anyone, it's going to be Bray or Seth.
I would say so, yes. And then they probably are going to take the title off of Seth. But I also don't really like that either.
I think if you have
feel like taking the title off of
Bray
Braun
versus Braun,
that would mean more
than
just them taking the title off of Seth. Because I don't know how that would work with Seth.
Well, I think if you have Bray versus Braun, then you have him taking out one of the biggest guys out there.
Yeah, that's the state of the tag team division.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. So next we have Elias,
and then you can hear Dolph go, "It was me.
It was me. I'm finally a champion."
Bray should have ducked Becky and turned her into. That's funny.
Let's not do that. That would totally make Seth angry. Like, just look at what Corbin did.
What if he attacks? Or what if he had, I don't know.
To screw with him?
Yeah, what if he attacks Becky? Or has...
I mean, I'd be okay with it.
He has one of the women, one of the women attack him. Attack her, sorry.
No, I think it'd be better if he attacked her.
They're doing Dolph dirty. You know what? I don't know. Because
I don't like Dolph in the character.
The thing is what they, Ouch. I don't think they had a clue what to do with Dolph. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. They, he went from being a whiner
No, the Fiend is the type of character that can make this personal and actually mean something. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If he's gonna attack Becky, have him freaking attack Becky. Don't have him send somebody to do it.
But he wouldn't attack Becky. He would just go straight after Seth, I think.
No, but I would think if he wants to make it slow,
they'll reward Dolph for getting beat up 4 weeks in a row. That's what I was going to say is, you had Dolph go from being the whiner that it should have been me to, hey, you speared me once, come out and do it again, tough guy.
You speared me twice.
Come out and do it again, tough guy. I mean, so, I don't think they have a clue what they were doing with Dolph. So I guess Lacey is out to challenge Becky at Clash of Champions. Instead, it will be that blue hair bunch queen, Sasha versus Becky.
I prefer Sasha versus Becky than Becky versus Lacey any day. I've seen that 4 months in a row. I don't need to see it anymore. Thank you, James.
You know what, Jordan? I don't know that they saved it, but I think they made it more entertaining.
Yes. Should have
definitely
been
more
glorious. Should have been glorious. That's funny.
That is funny.
So anyways, moving on with this Miz segment. We didn't even finish it. We were about to move on to the next segment. But Miz got beat up by Sami and Nakamura.
Yeah.
That was the extent of that. I don't get the hate for Sasha. I mean, have you seen Lacey?
I don't get the hate for Sasha.
Yeah. I don't either. I understand
but
Sasha's done a couple things.
The thing is, there's a lot of people that don't like Lacey.
Like...
How do you feel about Lacey?
Okay, I'll talk about that. Sami was funny on the mic. He was. And that was the most enjoyable portion of that segment. When Nak was beating up Miz. Oh, Sami on the mic. It was really funny. He was like, oh!
That's what I'm saying is with him...
It was really good. He was like commentating.
Sami on the mic
commentating during the beatdown. It was really funny.
I think that works out well.
As for the hate for Sasha... have you seen Lacey? Yeah. I feel like if anything, I don't know. Sasha's botched a couple things, but, it not nearly as bad as Lacey.
Well, I think it was less annoying than Lio Rush's Lash. I think that Sami does a good job on the mic.
Yes.
Lio, I wasn't so much impressed with his mic.
After Lio left, I was like...
Power rankings.
Darn.
We will give you our power rankings here soon.
I missed Lio.
Genie. Chad Gable versus Shelton was not good.
Hey. We refer to him as Shorty G now, okay? That's what we call Chad Gable. Just thought I'd let you know you're new here. Shorty
Matt's
G.
referring to it too.
Shorty G, see?
Right after you said something.
Thank you. His name is Shorty G now. I thought we'd just clarify that. Jordan, I know you're new here. Sorry, not trying to get on your case, but his name is Shorty G. I just had to put that out there. Because we gotta call him by his actual name, okay?
Yeah.
Actual name. Shorty G. What do I think? How do I feel about Lacey? Well, we're about to talk about that in just a second, so let's breeze through this next segment. Elias backstage. Kevin shows up. They're in Shane's dressing room. Kevin shows up, asks for Shane. Elias is like, Shane isn't here, man. Shane isn't here. Kevin is like, oh, great, cool. Thanks. Thanks, man. And Elias is like, what's your deal, man? Moving on. Lacey versus Bayley. So, the beginning of this match, we get started. Charlotte comes out at ringside in the middle of the match and distracts Bayley. And then, you guys, what do I think about Lacey? I still don't like her. But, I will say, this is probably the best match from Lacey that I have witnessed since she has been on the main roster. This is probably the best match. You heard it here first, folks. It was. She has improved in the ring. I will give her that. She still sandbagged Bayley, though. On the Bayley to belly. She still didn't jump. And that docked off just a couple points. But it was better than it has been. The second time she got Bayley to bellied, it was better. She jumped a little bit, but she still sandbagged it. So... But it was the best performance I've seen her put on in the ring since her move up to the main roster.
Yeah, definitely.
So, That's my thoughts.
I would agree.
That's my thoughts, guys. You heard it
Wait
here
a week
first.
of not having Shane McMahon on TV. There is a God. This was Lacey's best performance. Hope Shane comes back next week.
James, do you just like to torture me? She was a bit green during some spots. I am not denying that, man. She still needs work. It's obvious she still needs work, comparing her to other people. But this is the best performance that I have seen her put on since moving up to the main roster. So,
I would agree.
I will give her that.
Yeah.
She impressed me a little bit.
Just a little.
Just a tiny bit. Not very much, but just a little bit. I have a tiny bit more respect for her. Still don't like her, but I have a little more respect.
Yeah.
She got better in the ring. Cool. Now get even better. Now he's gotta push her again. Yeah.
Well, I think one of the issues you have with the women right now is there's not a lot of big, and I don't want to say big stars, like people that can do good on the mic and do the be in the ring.
Yeah.
I think that the reason that Lacey right now, I understand she's blonde and everything, but I think one of the big things is she does well on the mic, I think.
I agree to an extent.
I agree with Kyrie and Asuka, but I think as long as they're going to try keeping them as a tag team for whatever reason, then I don't think that's an option. I still don't think she should have been moved up.
I understand that, and I agree in a sense where I don't think she should have been moved up as soon as she was.
Jordan, that wasn't cheesy. I think that, it's kind of one of those things that we've thought is Shane's going to come out and do something and end up winning the King of the Ring.
No, I said Elias is going to win, and then Shane is going to be like, hey, give me your crown, give me your scepter. I am now king of the ring.
Yeah, just something
and best
along
in
those
the
lines.
world.
Well, whatever they're going to do.
Best in
Dana
the
deserves a
world,
push.
king of the ring.
I think Dana could get a push. I think one of the big issues is
hey, and she's
the mic
blonde.
skills.
She's blonde, but her issue is she has blue and purple in her hair, so that probably throws her off the charts. But, Alexa has pink in her hair, so I don't see that philosophy at all.
I think the mic skills are hurting some of them. I think Torna Stone is what Vince wants in WWE females. She can talk. She's blonde, beautiful, and wrestle. Yeah, I would agree. So why isn't she up at the main roster yet?
Because they're using her down in NXT UK.
And Tony can talk. Yeah. Have you guys tried the new Popeyes chicken?
No,
fettuccine. We don't have a Popeyes chicken close
here.
to where we live.
No, not even close. I think the closest one is like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
Yeah. Well, maybe good comments on Lacey. Very true.
Thank you. I just speak the truth, okay? When she sucks, she sucks. When she's had a semi-decent day, I tell her she's had a semi-decent day.
I don't think NXT UK needs Tony. I think that they have the best women's wrestling in WWE.
Yeah.
Between that and NXT.
Yeah.
So I think if they pulled Tony, I don't think it would hurt him that bad as long as they keep everybody else in place.
I don't either. They have Niven, they have Brookside, they have Kaylee Ray. They have a whole bunch of excellent people on their roster right now that I don't think they need Tony or Rhea.
No, I don't think that they... In fact, I think it may help out.
My favorite people are in NXT UK. Well...
I think overall, I think it would help push some of the other people up, as far as getting, noticed. James Drake and Kaylee Ray. Yep. That being said, I don't think Tony is retaining.
I don't either. I think she's dropping the title.
Well, I think she's going to drop the title because I think they're going to move her.
She might be moved to NXT.
Well, and that might be what
and
they
I
do.
also could see her go to the main roster.
To the main roster. Do y'all hate her?
Well, I just think they're probably going to move
We know what
her
you're
up.
saying, Export, because it seems like lately...
Whenever NXT superstars get moved up, that's where they go to die.
Yeah, I was going to say, NXT...
Their careers go up to the main roster to die.
Yeah, NXT superstars go to the main roster to, die. We get what you're saying.
So, in the end, Bayley ends up getting the win. I thought this was good. After Charlotte came out, I wasn't quite sure if Lacey would or if Bayley would win. Because I was like, shenanigans. I could see something happening here. But Charlotte hates both of them equally, so
I like what they did with it. She just came out to scout what was happening and watched, and then, I thought it was good what they did. because it kind of promotes, the match.
I did, and I liked at the end
Without
there.
having
Charlotte was like,
Yeah, without
10 times.
Without having, a big fight or anything. It got, like I said, it got story across.
Good. Is Nia Jax ever coming back?
Yes.
I would think so.
I think you will see her probably back. Obviously not Clash of Champions.
No.
But I think that you could see her back.
Maybe back
probably,
by Survivor Series?
I was going to say.
That's in November.
Yeah, probably somewhere around there. October, November.
I could totally see that happening.
Dunn and Ripley are on normal NXT to get more eyes on NXT UK, I think.
I think they're probably just on NXT now to get more eyes on NXT. Because NXT's moving to USA.
Well, I think there's two things.
That's my philosophy there.
I think they're trying to get eyes on NXT UK, but I also think it does the cross promotion where, hey, NXT isn't just here in the States. It's also, across the ocean, and there is something out there other than just here in the States. Is Nia Jax ever coming back? I answered that. I think that we are in the Midwest. I will tell you that.
Well, Vince sees she's blonde. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Pretty much.
Yes, Nia Jax is injured, but she is. I've seen
her videos on
her
Twitter.
videos talking about her.
Dunn is still listed as NXT UK.
Yeah.
And I understand that, and that's fine. But, I do think that it's probably promoting NXT UK, and I also think it's because he is a huge name and everybody knows who he is, that they put him on NXT 2.
I don't know. I don't know
because of their move to USA to get, because he's another huge star. I understand they have huge stars on there already, like Matt Riddle, Baszler, Adam Cole, Gargano, all of them. I get that, but still, I don't know.
Well, I think one of the things is when you're going 2 hours, you're going to have to look to expand, what you're doing. So, getting some of them over. And I understand they have some other wrestlers within NXT that they could, use more.
Yeah.
But I think just getting some of these people from the UK over to just show off what they have over there, I think will help. Especially since NXT UK is going to be
on the
network. The big thing on the network without having, that 205 Live. Although if reports are true, them getting rid of 205 Live, NXT UK would be the next big thing on the network, so they have to push the network.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
The one thing that you have that's live that people could watch.
They're gonna be on USA, so there might not be a final call up. There are no more call ups for good. Yeah, that's what I said. Was there a Funhouse promo tonight? No. It was not.
No. James, call Becky and tell her to come on back from
I expect Becky and Seth to be there next week, and I expect the show to be a lot better.
Yeah, well, I think they'll be back next week.
Yeah, they should be back next week.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question they'll be back next week.
No. There shouldn't be. So then we get Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan interview. His name is now Eric Rowan. They brought Eric back. I don't know where Eric was. He was on a vacation or something, and they were just calling him Rowan. But he's now Eric Rowan again. And they called him Eric Rowan several times on the show.
Yeah.
To kind of put that back out there. He is now Eric again.
So they're starting to give names back. Apparently.
Maybe Ali will get Mustafa back.
Maybe the Viking Raiders will become the War Raiders.
So I think them being back will help. Yeah.
Yes, Andrade and Ali next, definitely.
Andrade, Cien almost. Yeah. He should get his name back.
They're working on it, Export. Give him a couple weeks.
Eric Rowan, Eric Young, and Eric.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of Erics. So I understand why they had him drop it, but I like it better.
Well, I don't know why they dropped it anyway. It's kind of
Well, they dropped it when they were doing. He was doing the tag team. When they were doing the name
drop thing, yeah, I know.
No, when he was doing the tag team with Harper this last time, they dropped Luke from his name too.
Well, I know. It seems like that's what they do.
And then they were just Harper and Rowan.
Yeah.
And now I would assume they would probably be. Sorry, I meant Becky and Seth coming won't help the show. It will still suck. Okay, Matt, you want to play it like that? Fine. We'll play it like that. No. I think it will help because I think people will care more. The crowd will be more into it.
Well, I don't know that they'll be more into it, but, when you have your big star.
When you have your crowd chanting for Becky and Becky's not even there, imagine the reaction when she's actually there. Just saying.
We'll see.
Yeah, whatever. So Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan interview is just talking about how they want an apology. That was all that was.
Yeah, Seth doesn't do a lot for me.
As champion.
Now, Andrade could win. No, wait, Zelina is going to turn on Andrade and injure him in, take his place, and win.
I'm kidding. I'd be okay with it, though. I'd get to see Zelina in the ring. Zelina's really good in the ring, and I want to see more of her in the ring. But they don't do that because they like to make fans angry.
Yeah.
So, then we get Randy Orton versus Big E. I thought this was a really good match up to the point when the Revival came out and distracted E. And
I thought it was good.
Lost.
And here's what I think is going to happen.
E's going to turn on everybody.
Well, I think E's going to
turn on the world.
But I think Randy Orton's going to kill the Revival.
I would also say so. I want Carmella back. Me too. Second week in a row, I don't know where she is.
Yeah. Either Orton's going to turn on the Revival or they're going to turn on him.
I think Orton is turning on the Revival.
When he was slapping them in the chest today, it was like a sarcastic, like, oh, yeah, guys, thanks for coming out. They're at the end of the match.
Yeah, I didn't get that vibe that's what that was.
I got the vibe that, okay, hey, you guys are awesome. Thanks for coming out. I'm going to destroy you when it's time.
I didn't get the vibe of it was like, oh.
Yes, pretty much.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
Pretty much, Matt.
I got the vibe of like, just you wait, I'm ripping your head off.
She was an indie fighter. It's talking about Carmella.
No, we're not talking. We're talking about Zelina.
Oh, Zelina. Got you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Jeez.
I lost track of where I was going because I saw one Carmella back and then I saw
Revival.
she was an indie fighter. Why they look like the legit great stable. I am sick of the Revival.
So you mean F the Revival? Yes.
Why? Because I think Randy Orton makes it that way. I think that because, and this is where I said...
it makes me hate them. Like, the Revival being with him.
This is where I said...
It really makes me hate them. They're like these three dudes that are like, oh yeah, we're going to beat everybody down. And Randy's like, oh yes, I'm going to beat you down. And like, then the Revival come out and it just like, I don't know. It just makes me hate them.
I can't wait for the Revival.
And now I want...
AEW.
Now I almost want Randy to rip them to shreds.
Well, I think this is
because I just don't like them.
Well, this is what has separated Randy from just being, like, okay, he's a heel, okay, whatever, to actually okay, to actually being, I think, a legitimate heel.
Yeah, they still haven't re-signed.
When's their contract up?
I don't know. I think they added time onto it, or Vince did. To one of them, at least. I think it was Dash. He added time onto Dash's contract. Now, I don't know what that does for Scott.
Well, I guess if they're going to stay together as a team, then it kind of messes him up, too.
I saw rumors a long time ago. It's not a 3D. It's a 4D. So, Revival comes out. They distract E, which leads Randy to get the win. And then afterwards... They do like this trio RKO thing, and it was like, who knows. And, yeah. I just want Randy to beat them up now. I really do.
Randy is best. I don't know. I like what they're doing with him, and I think it's really made him a legitimate heel.
I like it too. It just, like, makes me hate him. Which is his job.
Yeah,
that's what he's supposed to
just anybody in the tag team division, I think Export is, like, in serious trouble.
But Dash cannot. Yeah, Dash is the good-looking one. And Scott is the one they're like, all right, let's kick him to the curb because hence what, Dash and Dawson. Dashingly
Scott
handsome.
Can leave when his contract is up and Dash. Okay.
I think it was like Wrestling Inc. that we watched sometimes, and they were like trying to figure out which one is which, and he was like, oh yeah, Dash. I remember Dash because he's the dashingly handsome one. Of the two, he does look better. And so I can understand, oh yeah, let's keep him longer. Yeah. And kick Scott Dawson to the curb.
Damn. Ken Shamrock is returning to Impact in Vegas.
I saw that.
What is he, about 60?
I don't know. He's going to go fight some people, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Let's hope he doesn't pull a Goldberg and knock himself out.
It's like Sylvester Stallone. AJ deserves better in the club. I don't know. I like AJ with the club. I think that
AJ is on his final contract, by the way. Didn't he just sign a new one?
Yeah.
He did. So how long is this contract for?
Probably a couple of years. But
Anybody know?
I think he's done after. And I think I read that somewhere.
I didn't. Boy, oh boy, if we only have to deal with AJ for a couple more years, I'll put up with it. Because, man, the guy is just, like, till they turned him, I couldn't deal with the guy. He was way too freaking boring. He made me want to fall asleep.
The OC push lasted 3 weeks.
The southern accent with his, like, I have no feeling whatsoever in anything that I do. It was just killing me.
Yeah, I mean,
then they turned him with the OC, and I think it's fine. And now they're doing this whole mother-lover thing, and it makes me laugh. So, I like that better.
Yeah, I thought I read that somewhere. Or heard it somewhere or something that he was going to retire after his contract's up.
I didn't. Jeez, I'm on Twitter all the time, and I miss this.
Yeah, and I think...
How did I miss this?
I don't know, because I know I saw that somewhere.
He's a redneck.
He said it.
Man, ages before he turned, it was boring. I just hated it. But now that he turned, and like I said, he's doing this whole, like...
Didn't he sign for, 3 years or something like that, or 2 years?
I feel like they just do, 5-year contracts at this point.
But I thought he had a short contract.
Maybe.
But AJ won't leave out. No, I don't think he will.
Whatever happened to Kurt Angle's son? Oh, yeah. What's his face?
Jordan. Yeah, I feel like money.
Jason Jordan.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he
had to quit.
Probably never. He does a backstage stuff now.
Yeah, he's probably done.
Well, I would assume he's done, yeah. He works in the back now.
I was thinking, because when I saw it, I was thinking he had 2 to 3 years, but maybe it was longer than that. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he works in the back. He works
in the back now. He does backstage stuff.
I think I'd seen there might be a special on WWE about it.
Who?
About Jason Jordan.
I don't think so.
Well, I saw it somewhere.
I would know.
I mean, even I know this, but that he was hurt and can't
he's
wrestle.
Hurt and he
legitimately
can't,
hurt.
It's his neck, and he can't ever wrestle again. So,
Where did I see that at?
I don't know. Maybe you just knew that.
Maybe I just had a dream about it.
But there isn't a special or anything.
I'm psychic or something. I knew about AJ's contract thing and
I didn't.
About Jason Jordan. See, I must be psychic.
I didn't know about the AJ contract thing saying that he was going to leave after he was done with this next set of contracts. I did not know that.
At least we didn't get in
Jordan versus Seth at Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we get Elias, who comes out and talks about being king. Then KO attacks him, Kevin Owens. And Elias gets stunned. He gets a stunner. Truth then shows up, tries to pin him, but doesn't. Drake shows up. He pins Elias and becomes the new 24/7 champion. Woohoo! I'm instantly more interested in it than it was when Elias was champion. Don't ever put the 24/7 championship on Elias again. I have a feeling it's going to happen, but don't ever do it again because I will lose interest.
I can't find details. And I don't know, man. Because I know I saw it or read it somewhere or something. And
who's the man? Becky Lynch.
I wanted to say it was 3 years, but I could be wrong.
The man.
The 24/7 gets really old for me. Well, I think it depends on who you have in it.
I don't like it being on Elias. Never put it on Elias again, and I'll be fine with it.
I think Elias is great. I think that's where Elias should be.
But I don't think he should hold the belt because it makes me not care.
Well, I think
because they bend the rules for him, they let him not have to defend the championship. It gets old. Makes me hate the championship. It can't be the 24/7, oh, Shane says I don't have to defend it this day championship.
So it's only it's the 23/7 championship.
I don't even care. I don't, it makes me not want to see it on TV. It makes me not want to care. I just don't when Elias holds it. He's held it twice, and I've been like, you freaking ruined your belt. You're a bunch of idiots.
2024. That's funny.
Well, let's hope they have a feud with,
The 24/7 title should be left on social media.
I loved it at the beginning, and they put on Elias and freaking ruined it.
Well, I think Elias would be good at it if they just,
I don't.
If they would... Well, if they don't have him do the things with Shane.
If they don't have him do the things with Shane, maybe.
I think Elias would be good with that.
But I'd have to see.
Because it's, well, we've talked about this before, and I've said that Elias should be like a second-tier title guy. I don't think he should ever have, like, a main title.
No.
And 24/7 title works out just for him. He can get up, sing a song, and have someone come out and pin him. Was funny to see Elias unhooking the belt.
No, when he was supposed to be knocked out.
Yeah.
We knew the title change was coming when he did that, though.
Yeah. I hated the title when they first unveiled it and how they did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like the way they did it.
Even Mick Foley got booed, and Mick Foley never gets booed.
And
that was pitiful.
Yeah, I didn't like the way they did it.
It was so pitiful. Like, he didn't know how to react.
WWE
he was
can't
like,
fake
whoa, hold on, guys. It was so sad. Like,
yeah, no, it's like
watching Mick try and unveil that.
I'm knocked out, but I'm going to reach behind. I'm going to unhook this belt. And...
It was pitiful.
Yeah.
So, Drake is the new 24/7 champion. Moving on. Shorty G versus Shelton Benjamin. I thought this was okay.
Well, I think one of the things was you knew it was going to happen.
I knew Benjamin wasn't going through. No. Yeah.
Yeah, the fans were wanting the hardcore title. Yeah.
Yeah. Shorty G. I'm just waiting for them to make that name change permanent. So backstage earlier, Shelton Benjamin walked up to him and he was like, "Oh yeah, Shorty Gable." And I was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Man. Shorty G. Just call him Shorty G. It's happening next week.
The name change?
It has to.
Maybe. Maybe he's going to win the King of the Ring and then he's going to go, "I am no Shorty G."
Y'all want to make fun of me?
King of the Ring.
Well, I'm going to hop on the bandwagon. I am King Shorty G.
Yeah.
It would be funny. I cannot wait till they make this permanent.
Yeah.
Because they just should. It'll be the one thing I get to laugh at every week.
Yep.
Shorty G. It's really funny. Can I say Benjamin looks great for 44 years old? Yeah.
Definitely.
You know, also, his theme song, not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I've only heard it, like, a couple times.
Dash Wilder's contract expires after Mania 36.
Now Scott's contract, nobody knows.
Yeah, when does Scott's contract end?
Nobody knows. Dash and Dawson. I find it very funny that they use the first name of Dash for their like tag team, like Dash and Dawson.
Yeah.
The Revival.
Yeah.
It's like Dash, that's like his first name,
yeah.
and then Scott Dawson, it's his last name. I
yeah.
find it very funny that that's the way that works out.
It is funny.
So they might as well just shorten their names to Dash.
Pretty
and Dawson,
much.
because nobody ever calls him Scott or.
So they both end WrestleMania 36?
But they added time to Scott's too. Same deal. Interesting. Because as far as I knew, Dash's contract was extended like 2 months after Dawson's was.
Yeah.
That's what I remember seeing. And now it's the same. Interesting.
So they're
like,
stuck.
we go down together.
Yeah.
So, Shorty G, he wins. And he's moving on to the tournament to face Andrade, I think. He fights Andrade next week. Let's double check that. Yes, Andrade.
Yep.
He fights Andrade next week. And Elias fights Ali. And Joe fights Ricochet. And Alexander fights Corbin.
I had not seen anything about Nakamura re-signing. Anyone know Kairi's contract? It hurts to see her do nothing.
All the jobbers are rooting for R-Truth to get the belt again so they can get on TV.
Yeah. That's funny.
Oh my gosh, I want to talk about this. What do y'all think about Ronda being on Total Divas? Did you see that?
I did not see that.
She's going to be on Total Divas.
Because she's a diva.
So is Sonya Deville. And Carmella's coming back for this season. And so, I mean, it'll be fun. We get to see Ronda and her goats. Should be exciting. No, but for reals, I do actually like Total Divas. I do watch it, and I find it entertaining.
Yeah. I've never watched it.
No, you probably wouldn't like it. It's reality TV.
Yeah.
But it is entertaining. I don't know, but I saw it. A lot of people are like, she trashed on Total Divas, and now she's, like, on it. And they find it really funny. Which I get, and I understand, because she did. But, you know. I think it's cool. We'll get to see, like, her journey from, like, whenever they started filming to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And the main event. That'll be cool. Ronda is there to bring ratings to a dying show. I don't know if it's dying.
Pretty much.
I mean, the Bellas aren't on it full time anymore. And I feel like
well, I think it's like anything else. It runs its course, and you start to have. They're
on their 9th season.
Do something different.
They've been airing this show since 2014.
Yeah, again, I think it's one of those things that it runs its course, and you need to have something different to change up some things.
Yeah. Does Ronda live in Hollywood? Not a clue.
She lives in
California.
Yeah, California somewhere, but I don't know
She's
where.
a farm. A farm.
Bellas have Total...
Bellas, yes. They decided that they weren't going to be on Total Divas, and they were just going to be on Total Bellas instead.
Which makes sense.
Because it's their own show, and they didn't want to have 2 sets of camera people following them around all the time. So they were like,
but airing the show during a pay-per-view is never a good idea. Nah, definitely not.
Yeah.
No. I agree. 100%.
So then we get the last and final segment. The big Roman reveal. Guys, we need to talk about this. Roman plays this video. He comes out, he plays this video, and you can clearly see that it is Rowan who pushed over the boxes, right? Bryan freaks out. God forbid Nikki Cross and Killian Taylor put on that. The Bellas are going to be guest stars. Yeah,
it'd make it more interesting.
Yeah.
I just made that up. I was just like...
So, Bryan is in the back, and he freaks out. He's like, you know I hate liars. What did you do? And then he starts slapping him in the face, and Rowan is like, I didn't do it. That's not slap, 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 slap. It's like, that's not me. And he just walks away.
He should have went, that was like, Sasquatch.
Bryan is like,
that wasn't me.
Give me a mic. And he starts walking in the ring, and he's like, Roman, I had no idea that he actually did it. And I hate liars, and I have trusted this man for almost a year, and I can't believe he betrayed me like this, and he lied, and blah, 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 blah. And he gets in the ring, and Roman is like, yeah, whatever, and then spears him. And that's where we're left. Thoughts, please. You were right from the very beginning.
What's that?
That Bryan had no clue.
I don't know. After watching tonight, I'm beginning to think he may know what's going on. I know. I know. Rowan's probably going, dude. I know we're trying to put on a show here, but knock it off.
I don't know, man. I really don't.
Rowan should have bought it. Or picked him up and threw him through the wall.
That's why he's playing victim. I don't know, man. I really don't know.
It didn't work for him because he got speared.
I'm interested again.
I'm
curious to see where they're going with it now.
Yeah, because I think there's more to it. I think that
I don't know if Bryan actually did it. It is confusing, but I think
like here's what I will say. I think this is part of. I mean, I don't like the Roman thing and what he's. What if Roman is the one that set this whole thing up?
Possibly.
What if we end up finding out that there was no, attack on him? I thought it was Harper. There was really no attack on Roman. It was all set up. He set it all up.
He told Rowan to push over the boxes, make it look like he got attacked to draw attention to himself.
Yeah. What if this whole thing was Roman's deal?
I could totally see that happening. I don't think it was Bryan. I don't.
Well, if you look at his face throughout the whole thing, I mean,
he's confused. Roman attacked himself. Case closed.
Well, not that he attacked himself, but he's working with some people
to attack him.
To make it look like he's being attacked.
Yes. He told people to do these things to make it look like he was. So then he gets to play victim. And everybody has to be like, oh, poor Roman.
Yeah.
I could totally see that being a logical thing. But
I mean,
would that lead into a Roman heel turn then? Like, because a babyface Roman wouldn't have done that. What happened to the other Redbeard? Nobody knows.
He was the janitor.
It was his dad. It was Rowan's dad.
That guy
and they
was
had to, like, send him home.
No, the guy was the janitor at the last place they were at, so he had to stay there and do his janitorial work. I'd rather have Nikki and Dane do a YouTube series on Nikki's YouTube channel that Nikki and Dane are evil twins. Yeah. I applied for a wortering job at WWE. James?
I think it's supposed to say writing.
I think it's supposed to be writing. And if you write like that, they're going to tell you no way.
Oh, autocorrect.
I'm kidding, James.
I do that all the time.
I'm kidding.
I put letters backwards.
You type like I do sometimes.
I do too. I should be a wrestler.
I should be a wrestler. And James could write stories for you.
No, but I don't think Bryan did it.
I think that I wouldn't be shocked if Roman isn't behind the whole thing.
But who else could it be?
I don't know.
I don't either.
Google
Voice. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate those things.
I just don't.
It's like I use Siri on my phone, and it's like doesn't type anything I tell it to type.
You say something, and it writes something like you could say, "Okay, search this on the web," and it'll come up with.
I mean, WDS Monkeys writers on main roster. Definitely.
Like, I don't even know, man.
Their writers aren't very good. So it's,
We would be a step up from the writers that they have. And we're not very good.
No.
But we have better ideas than they do.
Oh, definitely. Definitely better ideas.
So, then who does... It's been Buddy the whole time. I could see that happening, too.
Is that so he can get killed?
By both Bryan and Rowan?
Yeah.
Roman?
Yeah.
Not Rowan. Jeez.
Yeah.
They have such similar
And now
names.
by Rowan, because Rowan's been slapped around like no other.
And he was like, "You idiot, it wasn't supposed to go this far."
Yeah. It was Roman.
So is everybody on the same page then? We think it was Roman, Buddy, Bryan. I don't think it was Bryan. But I don't know about everybody else. I just don't think it was Bryan. I really don't.
What if it's Roman leading that group?
Leading what?
Rowan and Roman did it to get himself over. Again, I mean, it's.
I wouldn't be shocked, bro. If you're right, I will die. Like.
Rowan said bye. Yeah, I know. It's like, thank you for hitting me 27 times. Bye.
I still think it's Lars Sullivan.
I think Lars would have just attacked him. I think Lars would have just went after him and not done it that way.
He had to
blast.
Ah, man. I don't even know. Lars Sullivan is injured. I know he's injured, but again, he can come back at any time. I'm still thinking about those slaps. I can just see it replaying in my head, though. Bryan is like, toon, toon, toon. And then he slapped the air. Rowan, backed up, and he just straight up slapped the air. Like, he wasn't done, but Rowan was like, I am leaving.
Daniel Bryan is trying not to laugh throughout this whole story. Yes, I agree.
Oh, boy. If James gets a writing job, he's going to keep Becky in the title spot for 7+ years. Daniel Bryan is trying his hardest not to laugh throughout this whole storyline.
I think Rowan's beard is so thick that, the slaps probably didn't hurt at all.
No, but it's just the fact that, you have something coming at you, 82 times.
Yeah, I know.
And
you stand there and take it. It's like, can I have another? WWE are waiting for Street Profits to get over in backstage skits before letting them wrestle. And
Wrestling Observer.
I think they're going to have to be in NXT because I think with everything...
I just don't know.
They're going to have to be in NXT, I think. And how are you going to get over if you're backstage doing skits? It's not going to happen. No Aleister Black. No doubt. Where
was he at, man?
I'm surprised they didn't have him.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he's waiting for Roman to knock.
Oh! Rhea called them out. Rhea said, "Wonder why the women's tag champs aren't making their way over to NXT." Maybe it's because they know their night would end with one of those bad boys and the crowning of new women's tag team champions. Look at us, Reina Gonzalez, and I deserve gold.
Rowan pulled a Tommy Dreamer. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Yes.
That is so
That's what it was like.
funny. So Rhea legit called out Alexa, the tag team champions, and Alexa's reply back was, nah. Idiots. They're a bunch of idiots.
I think Rowan is used to getting slapped by Harper. Yeah. Yep, just the way like Bryan was like unloading on him. It's like crazy. I don't really want to see this match. Which one? Which match is Export talking about? See, Rhea knows up. Oh.
Ugh.
Yes, Rhea knows the women's tag titles suck, definitely.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Somebody said, does the WWE dare name this new team? Rudolph. Can we please call them that? Dolph Ziggler and Robert Roode.
Yeah, that's
the
funny.
tag team. Rudolph.
The women's tag titles? Yes. Nobody wants to see any match with the women's tag titles. Just because of the way they've used them.
That is.
Although, like I said, if they go on and expand and do like NXT and do cross promoting stuff, then I think that the women's title has a shot. The women's tag titles.
That is funny, Rudolph. Please.
Rhea
That's
is
what we're
above the
calling
tag
them.
titles. I agree, she's above the tag titles, but I think if you're gonna bring her in to try and get her over some, you could start there.
Yeah.
Just, for people that may not know who she is.
Darn. Watching those slaps over and over and over and over and over again. Smack. Smack. See, he hit the air. He hit the air in the last one. Did you see that? 1, 2. Darn. Rowan walked away and he hit the air.
Well, he pushed him away that time, and he's like.
Oh, that was funny.
Needed how quick Robert Roode and how his beard
grew back so fast.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Lil Fettuccine,
that's funny.
Are you still there?
Power rankings. I forgot we got to do those.
Yes.
All right. Power rankings. I don't even know.
I would say number 5. The Miz and Sami. I thought it was a solid one.
Bayley.
Okay. I can go with Bayley. The Bayley Lacey match?
Yes.
Or the whole segment?
We're talking about Raw. Are we just talking about Raw?
I don't know.
Do you want to talk about just superstars? Or, because that's the way we've done it before. It's just superstars, from Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, whatever. We can do just the superstars.
I would say Bayley.
All right,
is
Bayley.
number 5.
I'd say, okay, we'll go with Bayley.
Because I feel like she put on a good showing. But I also feel like Lacey did. But I don't feel like she deserves to be in my top 5 power rankings. So,
Bayley.
I'm going to say Ali at number 4.
Okay. I don't know. Okay, I'll go with that.
And then I'm going to say Murphy at number 3. Because I feel like their match was excellent.
And I wouldn't go there.
Then maybe I'd put them both at number 4.
All right.
That's what I'm going to do. So, Bayley at number 5. Ollie and Murphy at number 4 for me. Who's your number 4?
Sami. Bray Wyatt in all spots.
Number 3, I would say... I don't even remember what happened on Raw. So I don't even know what to look at.
That's because it wasn't very good. Murphy 4, Ali 3. That's what Jordan has.
Big E.
I was going to put him at number 2.
I'm going to say Big E at number 3. Who's your number 3?
I would say probably... probably Charlotte, even though she didn't do anything.
Why? See, Raw was so bad you don't remember. I really don't remember what happened on Raw yesterday.
Raw was not good.
Like, I just don't. I know the King of
Why Charlotte?
the tag team turmoil.
Because I
no,
think
darn. We have to put Rudolph in there somewhere.
I think building the match with Bayley without actually having any physical contact is, like, huge.
Yeah. I could see that. Okay, so who did I say for number 3? Oh, Big E. Number 2.
You have no clue, do you?
I don't know if I want to see, like, Daniel Bryan and Rowan together just because of that segment. The slaps.
I would say Daniel Bryan just because of the way he reacted.
I would say so,
Whether
too.
he knows what's happening or not, the way he reacted was really good.
Daniel Bryan. I'm also going to just go with Daniel Bryan at number 2. And then my number 1 is Randy Orton.
Bach versus Omega. Oh, wait, wrong show and company.
Randy's my number 1.
Yes, I would say Randy's number 1.
For this.
Again, I think Randy right now is the best heel out there.
Yes.
Or at least showing the best, being, like a legitimate heel.
Mm-hmm. I would say that's right.
Yeah. I would assume LaFettini left because, like, we're talking about this and he hasn't said anything. I told him to stick around and we'll give him, and he, like, leaves.
That's fine.
Jeez.
So, yeah, number 5, Bayley. Number 4 is Murphy and Ali for me.
MJF.
Number 3,
MJF is always good.
Big E. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. And number 1 is Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Didn't watch this week. Darn.
Look, there he is.
See? He didn't even watch this week.
Yeah. It happens.
Just
watch recaps.
That's always good. I was just watching. No, I don't. I watch the show.
He watched our recap.
Well, that's fine.
That's the important thing.
I think MJF is a better heel. Yes. Compared to who?
I think MJF is just one of those. I don't know that MJF is a heel.
I think he's a heel.
As much
it's a heel
as
that everybody likes to love.
Well, the thing is I see heels kind of sticking together, and I see MJF just not liking anybody.
Mm-hmm. At this moment in time, he likes
And the
Cody,
thing is, people love him because he doesn't like anybody.
He'll hate Cody next week.
If we're only saying WWE, Ciampa's better. Yeah, Ciampa's pretty good. Is Randy going to win the title at Clash? Yes.
Yes.
Randy will win the title at Clash.
I would say so.
Just because I think they're going to take it off Kofi. Not so much.
Elijah, Lacey, Bayley, Randy.
Lacey, Bayley,
Murphy,
Randy, Murphy, Ali.
5 through 1. Okay,
That's not bad. Ciampa was the best heel of 2018.
I could deal with that.
Yeah, I could see. Yeah, I could agree.
Although I really couldn't deal with that because, like I said, I can't put Lacey in my top 5. I'd say she'd be like number 6.
Yeah,
on my power rankings.
She can't be in your top 5.
No, not today.
But she's getting closer, so she'll be number 5 someday.
She is closer. Okay, maybe I'll put her at 7.
Yeah. See?
Because she was better.
Well, maybe we'll put her at 25, so that way, she could never make the top 10. Or even the top 5.
If she does something absolutely spectacular, maybe she'll be in the top 5. But as for right now, she's working her way up.
Oh, yeah.
I said I might put her and Bayley would be tied for number 5, but not happening. It's just going to be Bayley. Because Bayley won. So
I want Bad News Barrett back, yeah. I spelled it wrong.
That's okay.
Put Bray just because it's Bray. Yeah, we could do that. I mean,
Dolphin Rude isn't in the power rankings. I know. I said we should put Rude Dolphin.
I'm sorry, but I just until they prove to me that like they're a legitimate tag team, no.
I can't. I think Shorty G should be in the top 5 though. Number 1 for sure. Shorty D.
Oh yeah.
For sure. They should be in the top 5.
Yeah.
Shorty G should be in the top 5.
Whatever.
I mean, I'm just saying. I didn't put him in the top 5, but
all right, with that, I think we are going to take off. Everybody, thanks for stopping in. It's been fun. We will be back tomorrow night with NXT recap.
NXT UK.
Yep. Bray Ramblin' Rabbit Abby.
And Devil Vince.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you for stopping in.
Why was Ember Moon there tonight?
For show.
I think it was just to tell Bayley that she respects her.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And she was there to laugh at Lacey.
Yeah.
So,
She had to get her time on TV.
She had to.
Yeah. With that, we are out. Everybody, peace out. We'll be back tomorrow night. Check us out. Tell all your friends about us. Subscribe to us if you haven't. Hit the little bell button so you know when we go live.
Because she works there.
That's funny. Yeah, tell your friends all about us, and so then they can come in and, watch us. And
chat it up.
Yeah, chat it up. And,
we'll be back tomorrow.
We will talk to you people.
Peace.
Peace out.
Out.